everybody, welcome. It's another episode of Venture Maidens, episode 99, in fact. Welcome. I'm excited. How are you all feeling? You're 99 years old today. How's that feel?
Oh, I feel great.
Yeah?
I feel so full of wisdom.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm the
tales.
young one. I'm the young
I'm the sassy young one. Yeah, you're like the 50-year-old, right?
I know. I'm still kicking.
Good. I think we're a very sexy bunch of 99-year-olds. So, welcome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, if you're new, hey, this is Venture Maidens. We're an actual play D&D stream that's been running for 5 years now. We've been playing through this campaign, which is going to be coming to a close soon. Clearly not on episode 100, like everybody anticipated.
Like four
but
parts each time.
yeah, but soon. So big things are happening. Let's do it. Hey, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Celeste Konowich, and tonight I will be your dungeon master.
I'm Brittany. I'm going to be your moon elf warlock Arrnodel with Dill.
I am Katie, and I'm playing Faravalin, your touched by a demigod tiefling sorceress.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm Nassim, and I'm playing your human monk, Sayanor.
And I'm Sage, and I will be your cleric with a crush, Cara Brunhilda.
Ooh, yes. I see some of you have noticed in chat, but tonight I am wearing a green Murdragon crown special that they sent to me, and I'm so grateful for it. Though I do have to read the disclaimer that was also given to me when this delightful crown was sent in the mail. So you all know. So you all cannot blame the crown, the card I received. The magical energy of this crown does not apply to any dice rolls made by Celeste Konowich in her role as Dungeon Master when said rolls would inconvenience, harm, or otherwise go against the best interests of her players, their characters, or Twitch chat. So I just wanted to make that all clear up. The power of the crown, it's DM
Can't be
cursed.
used for evil.
Yeah, it's DM cursed. So don't blame the crown, everybody, for anything that happens tonight. Oh gosh.
Sounds like a cop-out.
Yeah. What? No. I didn't write it. It was sent to me. Thank you so much, Kelly. It's amazing and I love it. My bubble crown of joy. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Are we ready? We ready to recap what happened last time? You want to tell me, Maidens? What happened last time on Venture Maidens?
Oh, some big old feels.
Mhm.
Big feels.
Where did we start?
With Farah, right? And Chance.
And
Yeah.
Chance.
Del Chance.
The Chance. And the Chance. Game of Chance.
Who is actually chef?
What the fuck is happening right
now? Yeah. So Farah walked into her room, and Chess was sitting there, and she's like, "What the fuck, my dude?" And he explained that he is also Chance. What? And that he is a demigod. What? And he was like, "Hey, baby," this is how I remember it. "Hey, baby, if you..."
Exactly what I said.
Yeah, that's what Celeste said. "If you
Hey.
don't want to worry about your powers going bye-bye, I got an option for you." And I was like, "Oh, do tell." And then basically I got demigod spark powers by my choice to get it through intercourse, and it was a great exceptional time that was nothing like Farah had ever experienced before. And now I got some crazy diamond eye. And I'm feeling great. And then he was gone in the morning, and Farah was like, "Dope." And that was pretty much Farah's part at the beginning.
And then what happened?
And then
Saye, I think, next.
Oh yes, I had her moment.
Oh yeah, I tried to catch Aaron before he skipped off and had his romantic reunion with Arrnodel, so that we had a little chat, you know.
Chat.
And yeah, we kind of, well, didn't really it wasn't the friendliest. I basically just tried to understand where he stood when it comes down to, end game decisions that will inevitably need to be made. And he made it clear that his family is first, and I don't blame him for that, but you know what? My family is first too. So, yeah, we parted ways in a very serious note.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then Kara, I think, had a conversation next.
Yeah, Kara went to go find Rana to see what Rana's perspective was or is on the events that have recently transpired, and left me with a message and a package to pass on to I almost said Nassim to Saye.
We're getting so meta.
To Saya, and Rana had relayed that he is heading back to the Corellan Order back in Ashtar because apparently some big wild Fae shit has been going down. Like they've just been flooding into into our mortal plane and are really just messing stuff up. And so he's like, well, I'm not doing any good here, so I'm gonna leave and go help take care of that, and you all should come visit sometime.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we had a party. How did that go, everybody?
Probably one of our more awkward parties.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
More uncomfortable. It was Isolde's first time joining us. She just didn't know how to be normal around others, apparently.
Wow, rude.
Big
She
She
rude.
used to be a one-on-one kind of gal, you know?
She didn't
had
really
a-
go to parties.
Yeah.
We had a moment with her in the Capitol, didn't we? With like the spa day and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Their
Episode
cousin.
69. Good times.
Yeah. But party's a whole other,
Well,
beast.
our version of a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our keggers.
Yeah.
Not a
Room
real
keggers.
gathering.
Barracks keggers.
Yep.
I think Kara went off on a walk with Isolde. Where were y'all
Yep.
headed?
Yes, so Isolde and I went to the middle sister because Isolde was like, I'm gonna go get some more supplies and grab some fresh air. And then everyone was like, oh, Kara, why don't you go
with her? Oh my god. Yeah.
I was like, Aaron, why don't you go on a walk with your boo? And then, Saya got to have the whole gosh session with Farah all to herself. And
That was
Kara
a
had-
good juicy moment. Yeah. I wanted Aaron to get the fuck out, but I also had ulterior motives. I needed to hear this story.
Mhm, mhm.
Oh, man. Oh,
yes, but-
always, if given the opportunity to sleep with a demigod, the answer is yes.
Yes.
You'll never have another
Apparently.
chance like this.
Yes. And then the last thing that happened, Brittany, do you want to tell us what happened there?
Honestly, like it was a bit of a confusing conversation. I think I understood what Aaron was kind of trying to lay out, and then I was just like, look, just pause. Can you just like not until we can get through this bullshit? Also, I don't really want to know all the details. Like, just let me stay the course here. Like, that I'm gonna be putting my maidens first and foremost. But the maidens, not even the Sisters of Sorrow. I basically established fiercely loyal to the maidens. I don't really care what happens to the Sisters of Sorrow. And if I do give a shit about what happens between me and Aaron, but like now's not the time to like run away or, you know what I mean? Like, which is what Arrnodel was kind of picking up. So it's like, kind of just stop for a moment, please. Too much on the plate.
Yeah. Thank you, chat. You might notice our new commands that Katie has added. So thank you for the stretch and the hydrate, everybody. Everybody do it with us. Cheers, water. Okay. Yeah. And that is what happened last time. So where we are diving in, it is still during that night. So Kara and Isolde, I think you are probably walking back into the room as this is happening. And Saya and Farah have been talking about, demigod sex for the last 10 minutes. And Arrnodel and Aaron, I think when last we had left you two, you were kind of walking around just the grounds of the Elysium Keep in that sort of open air courtyard. And you had kind of come to this stop in the conversation where it's like both of you are not really sure what's going to happen, but you're going to do the best you can to. The last thing Aaron had said was, I'm going to try and stay still as long as possible. And that was sort of all that could be done. So I think, once you both have kind of held each other and cried for a bit, he looks at you and he's like, I'm not in a great mood to go back to, hanging out with everyone, but I'll go back if you want me to.
Well, I don't really want to. I'm not feeling particularly social either. I think you just go back to your room if you want.
Okay. If that's okay.
Is it okay?
Yes. Is
Okay,
that
cool.
okay?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to be respectful too. Like, yeah. I mean, if you're open, I'm open. Let's go.
Okay. And you can all quietly kind of walk back towards his room. And so the rest of you, you all get back in there. And yeah, Arrnodel and Aaron, nowhere to be seen. So it's the three of you and Isolde currently in the room. We got charcuterie, Isolde says as she proudly presents the board that Kara allowed her to carry from the middle sister.
Bless her.
Yes.
Kara looks around for Arrnodel. Is like, and I got the wine. And looks around and doesn't see Arrnodel. Is like, one for me, I guess. And we'll put down the two new cakes that she has been carrying, one on each shoulder. And yes, we'll distribute snacks and fine meats and cheeses.
Wow,
Little-
Car, you're so strong. Like I'm just looking at you and I'm like, wow. Does anyone else notice how strong and muscular Car is? Isolde, what do you think?
Isolde
Oh my
has like
God.
is like about delicately biting into like a cheese cracker combo, and she goes, yes.
She said yes.
We fought on the beach together at Wish. Farah, tell me about the demigod sex.
Isolde will keep
I
eating
mean,
the
I told it
cracker.
before, but I guess I can tell it again.
Yes, again. Go ahead.
Yeah, just full montage of hand motions, standing
think-
up to tell.
I love to imagine that, like, it literally, like, if we were watching this, it would literally, like, rewind the conversation between Farah and Saye, and then it would, like, bring us back up to this current point.
And that was it.
I don't know how closely any of you are paying attention to Isolde, but at several points, Farah, when you're describing things, Isolde is like, giving the nod along, like, yep.
Akara is definitely, like, sneaking peeks at Isolde to be
like she is commiserating with you through the experience, like perhaps she knows what you're talking about.
Kara's taking mental notes.
It's like, okay, doing that.
Okay. Yeah, no. What?
I can see that. Don't know if I'm capable of that, but we'll do our best.
What is okay? No, that's fine. Yeah. So, the evening can continue along as it is until. Would any of you like anything else to happen specifically this night before we all kind of go to bed?
I think before we leave, like after Farah leaves, for the night to go back to her room, when she gets back, she's just gonna like scribble out a letter to her parents because she's kind of like in that state where you're just like, oh my God, you're so wasted. And you're like, I might never see my mom again.
Oh, sad girl. Yeah.
So she's going to write a letter to her parents to kind of have ready for the next morning to drop off to Whizband, because that's his jam, is getting the word out. So
Yeah. I bring him to his effigies so he can get the word out. Yeah, for sure. Saye, Kara, anything specifically you wanted to happen tonight?
Well, of course, after everyone's like is of course going to do the awkward like, oh, well,
Like,
I'm gonna go to bed now.
tired. Yeah.
We'll just leave you
Like,
guys
I'm cleaning
to,
up
like,
the
hang out.
cups. Like, you know.
After we all say an over the top and exaggerated goodbye for the evening, Kara will stop Isolde before she heads out and be like, wait, okay. I've got something for you. And Kara will go and she'll dig into her dresser and she'll pull out a white box with a red ribbon, and she will pass it off to Isolde.
This is for me?
Yeah. There's a letter inside that I wrote you, but it's just this made me think of you. And
should I open it now or later?
oh, for the love of God, no.
Oh.
Before you go to bed, just don't do it in front of me.
Okay. And she looks at you and she kind of smiles and she's like, thank you. I mean, I don't know what it is, but that's sweet.
And Kara just kind of like awkwardly waves her off, like, it's not trying to make a big deal about it. And he's like, well, hope you don't have a hangover tomorrow. Have a good night.
Oh, you as well. And she, looks at the box kind of and smiles again and just sort of, like gives you a weird, like, it's like so polite the way she waves, but weirdly friendly. And she kind of walks down the hall and sort of like looks back over her shoulder at you and then makes like a little sound and then kind of keeps walking towards Gidget's workshop with the box in hand. Okay.
And when she goes to open it, I would love to read the letter that is inside for all of you.
Yeah, so let's do that. Yeah, we see Isolde, walking back into her little workshop room. She's being very quiet because Gidget has clearly already gone to sleep. So she, kind of tiptoes over to her little cot and sits down and opens up the box. And what does she see?
I'm gonna need more whiskey in order to do the car voice for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So inside she opens up and there is a very neatly, perfectly folded piece of parchment that has on it Kara's handwriting, which is this, each letter, they're all in capitals and each letter is like exactly the same size. And so they're like just these nice little brick letters written in like a dark blue ink. And beneath that is the necklace that Kara got for Isolde back on the Wandering Bazaar. This necklace that like how it like drapes over the shoulders, and each is like sapphire teardrops that just ever so gently sort of drip down the collarbones. That's accompanied by this like sort of white gold filigree. And the letter reads, such a delighted noise. Dearest Isolde, while out on our adventures, I found this and thought of you. When I look back on our first encounter and thought, what a fucking bitch, and then compare that to how I feel now, well, it's funny to say the least. The dwarves say sapphire is the stone of wisdom, truth, and justice. Holding it is said to increase your perception and open your third eye. I desire all these things for you, and these are all the things you have done for me. You have helped me understand what happened to my fathers with your blessed sight. I have learned a great wisdom from you for dealing with courts and nobility. You have helped this organization seek justice for the people of Newbreach. You are truly a wise, perceptive, and just person, and surely you've perceived my admiration. This necklace is a symbol of all that I feel for you. Signed, Kara.
And I think, we see in the camera Isolde kind of reads the letter and reads it again. And, she takes out this necklace, this beautiful object, and holds it very reverently in her hands. And yeah, she's smiling, and I think, tearing up a little bit. And she kind of packs it very lovingly back into the box and tucks it very close, like towards where her pillow is, and kind of curls up for the night. And Saye, was there anything in particular you wanted to do this evening?
Probably just take a bath before going to bed. Been a very long emotional day.
Truly.
Yeah. Just have some me time, me and Persona time. Get both our hydration on and
Absolutely.
chill and then pass out.
For sure. And Brittany, is there anything specifically that happens? I think Aaron is pretty quiet. You know how it is when you have just those exhausting relationship conversations, and it's just like, fuck. Like,
I was envisioning that we would just hold each other.
mm-hmm.
There's like a bit of doom and gloom on both ends, and just holding each other is kind of mostly just fixating on, regardless of the nitty gritty details, we still ultimately just care about each other and hope things don't get too crazy on the eve of craziness.
Yeah. I think the only other thing that happens is Farah, I guess, as you're kind of sliding into bed, whatever that is, you do feel and hear simultaneously. It's very strange. Chess's voice say, do you mind if I spend the night here? I'm finding it very difficult physically to stay away from you. You do not see anyone, I will clarify, when you hear and feel this.
Yeah, I think she gets drunkenly startled, nearly falling off her slippery silk sheets. And she's just like, this is not the first time I heard that before.
And you get a laugh. And Chess says, my apologies. It takes quite a lot for me to maintain a physical form, and so I simply did away with it for the time being, since you have so much of my power stored in you. I can take one if you wish.
Yeah, muscles, please.
That musical laughter once again, and you feel arms kind of slide around your waist, and the presence of a large body at your back that holds you very tight. But again, you can't see them. It's like an invisible person has you in their grasp.
I gotta say, this is really fucking weird. But I also feel better being around you now that I know you're not a cute church boy that I'm ruining.
Oh, I suppose that's comforting then. I am certainly not that. Though, I mean, I am a trained professional actor, so if you're ever interested in role-playing, that's certainly something I'm qualified to do.
That sounds fun. Maybe one day.
It's odd. I don't think I've ever shown anyone my true form, as it were, or lack thereof.
I mean, it was more Ruffles than I'd anticipated sleeping with. But, you know, it didn't even matter in the end. That was just chef kiss.
Yeah, and he'll clutch you very tightly, and it's a sense of comfort, and really like you were missing something. And now that Chess is in close proximity to you, it's a feeling of wholeness that's very hard to describe. It's very primal, whatever it is you're feeling.
And she just kind of snuggles back into that feeling. And she's like, I mean, you know, if you wanted to, you know, stay close to me whenever you wanted, anytime you just knock on this door and we can just be together. And she just kind of like turns towards it and sticks her forehead against the would-be chest.
Yeah, and you feel it. It feels like a you know, a humanoid chest. And you know, you feel a strand of your hair kind of brushed from your face and tucked behind your ear. And Chest says, "I'm here whatever you need me. You are my everything at this point in time. I can hear whatever you wish me to. I will be there by your side in whatever capacity you need. We are bonded together, Farah."
Oh. Well, that seems like maybe it's like the most romantic thing anyone's ever said to me. And I think that that's really nice of you. And you're great. Just pats.
Yeah, and a laugh and, you know, squeezes you tighter as I think you probably drift off into a
Yeah.
stupor. Yeah, and so with that, the morning comes. You all, you know, wake up maybe at various levels of hungover or not. And there's the day ahead of you. So I know we all have a few different things we wanted to do. So today was the day that Farah and Kara, I know you were planning to try and contact the Sisters of Sorrow, right?
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, so definitely that's going to require some like time and like ritual shit to set up and try to enact. So y'all can definitely build that into your day. But before that happens, who else had things that they wanted to do specifically?
I just need to drop off my letter. So I think, yeah, in the morning, Farah wakes up and looks around, not really sure if what she remembered with Chess from the night before was just like drunken, whatever. I don't know if he's still there or no.
I mean, you can't see anyone.
She's just gonna like squint her eyes and be like, think like, good morning, and look around.
Yeah, and you hear, you know, the footsteps suddenly across the room, and you see threads start to materialize as like threads are wrapping to wire a gloved hand that rapidly becomes a mask and a face and a form. As Chess is standing over by the table. Good morning.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yes, it's not a fashion choice. It's so people can see me.
So what do you just like normally just hover around in the air and watch what you want to watch and hang out, or what's your day look like?
I mean, pretty much that. I do also have several different personas that I maintain across this land and others. So I do have to spend quite a bit of time traveling and checking in. I have many different lives I lead. I find just having one is quite boring.
Sounds great. Well, sorry if last night I was little drunk. I was very drunk.
Don't apologize to me for having a good time.
Okay. Well, nice. I like this. I just wanted to make sure that that was real and not weird dreams.
No, it was quite real. As I said,
Aw.
it is literally physically uncomfortable for me to be too far away from you, while you are storing, in essence, I mean, a huge part of my own life force. I've never done this before, so it's a learning experience, to be sure.
Okay, well, I will really do my best not to get hurt then, because that's a lot of pressure.
I'm not
If
sure
you're,
if
I
it
don't.
works that way, but it could. I mean, if you
Okay.
die, I might die. Who knows? It's all a gamble.
Yikes. Okay. Okay. Wow. You really love a game, don't you? That's a big gamble.
I do. They happen to be a weak point of mine.
I see that about you.
Mm.
Well, I have a lot of stuff to do and things to run. I'm a very important lady now, apparently.
Yes.
So, cuddles were on point. See ya around. I mean, I guess you're gonna see everything around. So, cool. I'm going to write this letter that I'm sure is complete bullshit, and I'm gonna go about my day. So, thank you. And she's just gonna reach out and like put her hands on his chest and give him like a little smooch and be like, "Bye-bye now."
Oh yeah, and he will kind of nod and disappears.
Weird. She'll go start rewriting her letter, like just completely crumple the other one because it's like, "Mom, you're real cool,
Mommy
and I need you."
Yeah.
And put it in an envelope with like a seal and make her way towards Whizband's.
Yeah, and you can definitely, you walk down towards Whizband's laboratory, which is adjacent to Gidget's. And Whizband is an effigy master, so specifically he spends his time making these like artificial beings. So there is like a kind of add-on like rookery where he keeps the magical birds that they use to deliver messages quite quickly. So you can get down there, and Whizband is all in a flurry. Gidget is actually there going over some plans with him when you step into the room. People are running in and out, delivering messages. And again, because the keep is super duper active, there are all of these people running around. Yeah, you make your way in there and can give it, and Gidget will be like, okay, yeah, I'll make sure this gets sent out today.
Thank you.
Mm.
You guys are great. Let me know if I can help you. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, I'm sure if you just talk to Kristoff, I'm sure he has something for you to do.
Oh yeah, Kristoff.
Oh yeah,
friend
that
and my enemy.
My
But yeah,
sacred frenemy.
Yeah. So Vera will just drop that off, like put a rush order on it, because she's been getting nervous lately with everything going on, like about when things are gonna really hit the fan. So do that, and then I guess kind of make her way to meet up with everybody for the morning and see what they're all up to.
Very cool. And Kara, what are you up to after you wake up today?
So Kara will figure that Saye is already up and about and like doing her morning stretches and everything. So we'll stop by the like mess hall to get a muffin that she'll shove into her face, and then she will bring with her the shoebox sized package from Rana, and go and find Saye to deliver it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely out in like the gym area, training area, in the boxing ring, doing some dynamic stretches and stuff. Hey, Kara. I almost called you Kaye.
Hey, Kaye.
I just combined our two names.
Cute. OTP.
So, how was the rest of your night last night?
Kari is just like kind of just like rolls her eyes so hard, and she says, I gave her the necklace with a letter, so I mean, hopefully she likes it and still wants to talk to me. That would be nice. And in the spirit of gifts, I'm here to deliver one for you from Rana, who also said that he's leaving. He's packing up and going back to Ashtar to recommit himself to the Corellans fully. Because apparently there's like a bunch of big face shit happening. Anyway, he said that if you ever needed a change of scenery, that he thought you would make a really good Corellan.
Wow.
And this is for you. And she'll present the box.
Thank you. Yeah, she's a little bit taken aback by all of that information because never has she thought about something like that before. But to just move forward, she cracks open the top of the box, if that's how it opens.
Yeah, yeah, it is sort of like a shoebox. And immediately you can see that it is full of like shredded paper. So maybe something fragile is inside the box.
I dig around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you do. And you find that there is a beautiful spun glass bottle that almost looks like a champagne flute, but with like a swirly whirly little top that fills it. And you take it out, and inside is like a pearlescent, almost like liquid marble kind of fluid inside of it. And there's just a tag on it that says for Saye, for when you really need it. Rana.
Oh. Looking at Kara, does this look familiar to you?
Kara's gonna look at it and shake her head. No. I don't know. That's some weird magic shit.
Yeah. Can I try to make like an Arcana check or a medicine check, or what would you recommend?
So for a rule with potions, you can do like a taste test and determine what the potion is. So you can like dip a finger in and like lick it, and you automatically know what a potion is, according to the weird rules of Dungeons and Dragons. So
wow, I never knew that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do a little pinky taste test.
Yeah, and you do, and immediately as like the liquid touches your tongue, it is kind of pungent. It's very like algae tasting. It's not a very pleasant taste, but you can feel the tingle of power that happens with it, and you're not exactly sure what it is, but you think that this potion would increase your power, your strength, maybe even quite literally your size. What you have in front of you here, this is a potion of giant size, which is a legendary potion. I'm linking it to you. Essentially, when you drink this potion, you become huge for 24 hours. So you become the size of a giant, which triples like your damage and all kinds of like wild stuff. So this is an incredibly rare and magical gift in front of you.
Oh my god. Saya's going to stomp. That's fun. I'm just gonna cap that real quick and put it away very delicately into my little belt. This is gonna be really cool, Kara. It's gonna make me massive. I'm gonna be a giant and I will smash.
Oh my god, and then you're gonna have the brass knuckles, and then they're gonna be big too.
Giant.
That's gonna be... I always wanted to see a big lady.
I always wanted to see a big lady.
Hey, big lady.
Hey, big lady.
Ooh, I'm really hype about that. That's amazing.
Yeah, you should read the. I linked it in the Zoom. It's fucking.
Wow, it's really cool.
It's fucking cool as shit. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
Oh my God.
yeah, you have this now.
Wow. All right. Well, Kara, what are you up to right now?
I'm gonna go shove some more carbs and fats in my face to soak off this hangover, and then I don't know, I guess maybe work out and then nap.
Oh, perfect. I would happily join you on all those activities.
Yay! Activities. Yeah, and then
I mean, post-party brunch.
Always.
Well, our lives, you know,
Yeah,
we
our
adventure, we risk
lives.
our lives. We deserve to party and then immediately have
and then
brunch.
immediately brunch.
I can
Yeah, if
already
you
hear
all
the mimosa glasses tinking.
yeah, if you
The
all want
sizzle of
to
bacon.
come back together and brunch and plan for the day, by all means, we can certainly have that. If you all wake up and, you know, Aaron very quickly, Arrnodel will be like, I've got a million things I have to go do and coordinate, and so he, you know, kisses your forehead and leaves to do work shit pretty early, leaving you on your own.
I mean, I've been up for like 4 hours.
Yeah, I don't sleep, so so yeah, if
Still
you all
totally understandable if you're not ready to join us.
Oh no, I get up and definitely I don't even need like without even checking in or checking out barracks. I know exactly where to go.
Mhm, mhm. All right, so you can all get together. You're having a great brunch. The bacon is a-piled. The mimosas are a-flowing. There are cinnamon rolls, the good kind with the good thick icing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, it's all so good. And then, yeah, of course, Carl will be like, when do you want to get together for the big godcasty talk time?
Good question. It's like visiting your Aunt Mildred. Like,
It's a pain in the ass,
Sure.
but you gotta do it.
I know, exactly.
Sure, Christoph was at your door this morning with like, hi, please sign these 10,000 things and whatever.
God, thankfully, no. I was just having some morning. I mean, just came back, but then I wrote a letter and I dropped it off with Whizban, and then I just been here eating pancakes with my hands. So.
God, that's
The
a
whole
mood.
ass
So sticky right now.
I'm sure
I don't even
eventually he'll
care.
show up.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so far I'm free whenever.
Alright, yeah. Then I guess, yeah, she would say, might as well do it after brunch, I guess. And then
Yeah.
nap time.
Oh, nap time.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
So you're gonna get 3 questions that you can ask them. So
Well, right now I got about 3 questions for Arnie here. Where'd you go last night, girl?
Like halfway through a pancake. I went to spend time with Aaron.
You guys have a good night.
Yeah. You know, we haven't seen each other for a bit. It was good.
Good.
She crams another
What's-
pancake in her mouth.
What's he up to today?
Just I don't know, it's a bunch of shit. Like we didn't really get into the details. We didn't really talk about work so much.
That's probably for the best.
She's like coldly stoic. Like it's pretty obvious that she's just trying to like, yeah, things are good.
Yeah. Not ready to talk about all the details.
Oh, bless
Oh.
you. Well, I mean, that's cool, but when you want to talk about what actually happened.
I mean, I
here.
can honestly tell you.
Oh my god, please do. She pours another mimosa.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop a bottle of champagne. So you all talk.
Arnodel's like kind of is not taken aback, but like she's literally being honest. She's like, not a lot. But so she's, without finishing that statement, she's gonna be like, what happened with you?
Who?
You? Yeah. I haven't like caught up with you in a minute. Like, what's going on with you?
I mean, I just kind of hanging out with Chess.
Oh, okay.
I might be catching like some kind of feelings, but
Wait a second. What entails hanging out? Have we talked about this?
Wait. Farrah, you came to the Sisters of Sorrow for love, and you found it. That's so great.
met each other like 4 times. I think he's pretty swell.
Hold the fucking phone. Wait, I haven't heard of this, right? Like, just so I'm
no,
not
I
forgetting the
mentioned
detail.
that Farrah had mentioned that they slept together when
okay.
they came to the kegger. Yeah, I mean,
but like,
all I can say to you guys is he can take any form he wants, which is nice. But also, he just seems like a good time. Like, I'm really happy that Chance is not always Chance, because when you just kind of get that feeling that maybe you're pulling someone from like a life of married happiness with 2.5 children and a picket fence. That was kind of how I was feeling, and it made me feel pretty awkward, to be honest with you. But weirdly enough, demigod, totally cool with it.
well, I mean, you're kind of like flirting with that edge there yourself there, Chica.
What edge? I don't see an edge.
I mean, like, the sisters are, you're kind of up there. You're like kind of a big deal. Like,
You're kind
But
I mean, it's not that out of line to be, fucking a demigod.
God, I mean, this is my favorite perk of the job, if that's what has brought me to where I am today.
I pour more mimosa and I sloppily cheers you. I'm like fuck yeah.
I mean, clearly they already had an interest as Chance before you'd come to this position, so
yeah,
it's not the biggest surprise.
they really seem to like that I'm like a sloppy ass mess, which is new for me. So I'm into it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's new. She's fresh. So we'll see. But he seems to have put a lot of stock in what we have going on. So hopefully I don't, do my thing and fuck it up.
There's no such thing.
I mean, you'll figure it out. And you always got us.
Yeah.
I don't know anything you fucked up since I've known you, so get that out of your head right now.
Man, have I been trying. When you feel like maybe everything leading up to this moment was probably very, very small potatoes. So now that things seem to matter, I've been trying to be real careful. But hey, as long as the heals keep coming and we all stay alive at the end of this, it was totally worth it. I think you guys are the longest friends I've ever had. Weird.
I mean, same.
Same, probably for all of us.
Welcome to the club. As a lot, months ago, but like,
well, I would mimosa cheers you guys again, but honestly, if I have any more champagne after last night, I am truly going to throw up. So pancakes!
Yay! Very cool.
Beautiful.
So Kara and Farrah, we have that plan to do this spell. Saye, was there anything you wanted to do today? Or you could also help out, I don't know, setting up ritual stuff or whatever you're into.
If they need another hand or something setting up the ritual, I'd be happy to help. I think that's mostly what Saya's doing around the keep, while kind of trying to be a little aware or attentive or nosy about both Isolde and Aaron's whereabouts.
I love it.
So nosy.
Gotta
Just
snooper
asking everyone.
vibes.
So, where have you seen Aaron around? Have you seen Isolde around? Oh, okay. What are they working on?
Oh, cool.
You know.
Yeah, cool. Isolde is definitely swamped again. She's now kind of graduated from just like helping the armorer to being Gidget's sort of personal assistant at this point, because it seems like Gidget, Whizban, and Valerius have a lot going on with whatever magical defenses they are doing for the Elysium Keep. So Isolde is kind of trailing them, making herself useful, holding things, fetching things, because she knows where everything is in the keep. She's good that way. So she's kind of playing errand girl right now, so she's running around. Aaron seems to be locked in a lot of conversations with Kristoff, and then also is kind of going around talking to each of the agents in particular. You suss out pretty quickly that Aaron is in charge of, like, because this is what Rem used to do, like form these teams and then send them out on missions. And this is now what Aaron's job is. So now that everybody's back, just kind of getting everything organized and, like, relaying information that Farah and Kristoff basically decide. So up and down the chain here. And then Arrnodel, I know you had a couple things you wanted to do today. We have a potion to talk about as priority one. So what's up with that? What's up with this dragon heart that you got so long ago?
I mean, like, I brewed it way back when. Like, I'm always brewing stuff, like alchemists, just there's always stuff going on. So after getting that and like the dust kind of settled with that situation, I got to work. I kind of filteredly asked Valerius for some help with like components and different things, and then got to work and set it up, and then just put it in my bag and was like, all right.
So you have that poison like ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the second thing was you were trying to contact the Raven Queen, right?
Yeah, like I think like over the last couple, whatever the length of time that's passed, Arrnodel's kind of done like kind of meditative, reachy outy, like feeler situations, because she's like obviously gonna want to like, yeah, like I don't know, that's her patron. She's gonna want to check in. She hasn't really talked to the Raven Queen since that whole transition or that brief moment with the circle situation that happened. So she's just kind of like, I need a little bit of guidance here. Like I'm feeling pretty lost. I feel a little bit at odds with the rest of the crew. I'm trying to be as logical and rational as possible and not jump to any conclusions. It seems like a lot of people are feeling a bit confused, and she's thinking namely about Aaron, and maybe there's some shit that she does, just there's a lot that needs to be discussed.
Yeah. So for this it sounds like you really desperately need to talk to the Raven Queen now at this point. So what are you doing to try and approach her? Are you setting anything up? Are you going anywhere specific? Like what does it look like in your like real big attempt to contact the Raven Queen?
It would be a very intuitive thing, because like she doesn't know. Like the only way that she got through that portal was through Rem's information, having been cousins. And she's like, I don't even know how the fuck to do this. So she's just going to like follow her gut and just kind of do things that, like, if any gut feeling jumps out at her while she's kind of obviously like with the knowledge of Arcana, there's certain things that kind of make sense, right? Like certain ritual steps or whatever. So she's gonna have her little dude, Alistair Fitzpatrick. She's gonna have some items that she acquired. I think she still has the ball
Mhm.
from when she was in the Raven Queen's realm that she put into her bag. When the Raven Queen was, I don't know if that was the Raven Queen trying to fuck with her, but remember the balls that kept like getting flung at her? She has that still in her bag. So she's gonna like have that and like little things, like little tokens and trinkets, and just kind of like collect them and build something like a intuitive ritual to that maybe it'll summon her.
Yeah. And where are you setting this up?
On my bed, because that was the last place, that was where I woke up after the Raven Queen had possessed my body and went on whatever fucking rampage that she wanted to go on. And I woke up, and being magic user, I probably even have a strip of the blood soaked robes that I had previously worn. Just, you know, you just tuck that shit away for fucking magic.
Magic reasons.
You know, that shit's got some kind of meaning. So she probably has one of those strips and it just sits on her bed, since that was the last interaction that she had there.
Okay. So I imagine, yeah, you are, you know, in your room laying out these items in meaningful patterns and just getting this mood, this sense of ritual established. So you are beginning this point of contacting the Raven Queen. And simultaneously, while this is happening, Farah, Kara, Saye, what does it look like as you're preparing to contact the Sisters of Sorrow? Where are you doing this? What does it look like?
We can do it in my big room if you want.
Much more space.
Bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Farah is just going to have prepared everything that she thinks of when she's like, oh, if I were to commune with the gods, what would I get? So she's got like incense and candles, like heavily draped the windows, like doesn't know. She like got chalk to write something on the ground, but she doesn't know what the fuck she's writing on the ground. And she's like, just got like starter's kit to talking with your deity. Like,
all right. So, Saye and Kara, you walk in and it sounds like Farah has laid out a whole thing. A lot of tools.
Yeah, I think Kara, because Kara would ordinarily cast something like Commune in order to speak to Moradin, in which she would have a very specific thing that she would do to sort of reach out to the dwarven god of forging and of stone. And so, but thinking about the Sisters of Sorrow and how they are responsible for reading the weave of fate, I think she would grab like scissors and thread and bobbins and sort of thing to help like outline the like to be able to take thread and to outline the ritual space, and line up bobbins and pins and needles and things to sort of form the celestial runes that are needed to be inscribed in the circle in order to like make the spell work.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, so you do, at the same point in time, two groups are setting up these elaborate rituals to speak to these different gods. And I think we're, you know, panning between these scenes here. And I think both of you at this point feel, you know, whatever preparations, whatever rituals, it looks pretty complete. So, Kara, how do you begin this process?
She would begin with a chant that she would recite, and then she would call for Saye and Farah to like repeat after her, so that they can like stand in the circle and hold hands, being representing, you know, one for each of the three sisters. And after like going through the verses a couple times, then she would ask Farah then, all right, what are your three questions?
I guess if when the time comes and Rem moves her plan forward, if they are planning on aiding us in any way, if they'll be there with us on the battlefield, for
And so,
one.
yeah, and so Commune will give 3 questions where we can 3 yes or no questions.
So keep that question in your mind. Keep that first question in your mind as you reach out beyond the veil of this world and call to the Sisters of Sorrow. And Arrnodel, for you, the ritual is set. Your room is about as perfect as you think it can be. How do you begin? How do you begin this spell, this reaching out?
As simple and silly as it sounds, I'm just gonna sit on my bed and quiet my mind and speak to her through my mind.
Yeah, and I think Arrnodel, surprisingly, with sudden clarity and focus, you feel a connection being made. And and Alistar, who now has shifted completely into full raven form, is kind of hopping on your bed and begins to squawk at a presence in your room. And you see a shadowy figure kind of has appeared in the corner of your room. And it's not like it's a real thing, because when you look at it, your eyes water and kind of have to shift away, but you get the sense that someone is here in the room with you.
Hello?
It has been some time, Arrnodel.
Whew. Yeah, thank you. I'm so happy to hear you.
It's strange. It was so easy to get here. Usually I cannot speak to those I have endorsed like this. But the way was set and the wards were made, and here I am.
I think I did a good job trying really hard.
You see this shadowy kind of pillar of a figure who doesn't have defined face or shapes, because the Raven Queen is not of this world. She cannot take a full form here.
I remember thoroughly.
Yeah, but it looks around the room and she says, "No, it wasn't you. There's something around this place that made it very easy for me to get here."
Well, I did seek your guidance for a lot of questions about some things that I have many questions about. And what? You don't, what? Something, oh. And I'm thinking about knowing that the rest of the maidens are trying to communicate with the Sisters of Sorrow. I'm sure the Raven Queen could read my mind. I don't know.
The shadowy pillar doesn't have any kind of expression that you can read. But it's well, you've called me here, and now we may speak. What have you brought me here for? I'm quite curious.
Well, Rem, your cousin, who brought me to you. Yeah. There's a lot of unknown things that are happening, and we're basically trying to find Rem, and a lot of Rem's actions are kind of giving the indication that she's up to kind of fucking some shit up, but I'm also still out to pasture about what that really means, because all of Rem's actions don't have 100% follow through with being identifiable.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know if, it's really easy to just want to find a bad guy and punish the bad guy. And I feel like Rem's situation is quite a bit more complicated. Also, I think, you have a bit of a investment in this in some capacity, but Aaron, You know Aaron.
I do.
Yeah, he's also given me some weird vibes that he might still be loyal to Rem, and you can kind of puzzle piece together why I'm feeling particularly lost and confused right now.
Well, I am trapped in another world, and my view of what is happening in yours is obscured. But there are some things I know. I do know Rem has managed to kill Nerul. We all felt that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one god under her thrall, but that's not really that strange. Nerul
Yeah.
is cruel and was particularly cruel to his children. So I don't think any of us were surprised. What it is interesting is that we don't seem to know what she's going to do next. If she does have this avatar, which I have heard so much about, there has been a great deal of panic, Arrnodel, amongst the gods up here, but it sort of died away, as we've quickly realized. She doesn't seem to be after any one of us, so it makes me wonder, what is she after?
We did speak to a Titan.
A Titan? I thought they all
Yeah.
were dead.
No, it's the last one. She's locked away. She's in hiding, and I'm looking at like this here. I'm like, I'm compelled. This is my patron. I have to assume that she can fucking read my thoughts. I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm just being completely open here. I'm like, yeah, so there's that. So we're all a bit confused because, it was really easy to think that the gods were, we're trying to protect the gods. And then we meet this last living Titan that's in desperate hiding. I couldn't even, if you tortured me, I couldn't tell you how to get to her. I don't know how. It was a unique situation. But now from a Titan's perspective, the gods kind of sound like assholes, so there's been a back and forth that's shown up. And as you've peeked inside of my brain, that I'm at odds with all of this. Like, I don't know what the right decision is. And I think, that I'm ultimately loyal to my companions.
I feel perhaps I should remind you, Arrnodel, that you are ultimately beholden to me.
You're right. I was also thinking about that. Kind of in a way, I'm asking, what would thou have me do?
Well, I think whatever this Rem is doing, it can't be good. One doesn't go through so much trouble to get a weapon that can kill gods without using it to do something. And if she's not using it to kill gods, it must be to destroy something godlike. Do you understand?
Yeah, this was never just really about Nerul. I think maybe that was a side thing.
And I think in this moment, let's jump over to our ritual happening just down the hall. So you all reach out in that sense of communication, and Kara, with the ritual around the room and your questions in your mind, you feel this sense of connection. It happens so instantly and so easily. And I think all of you, the room kind of changes a little bit as you feel this very heavy energy and presence of three people with you. And it's that hazy being between places that you all have experienced before, but you're not fully there. And I think, Kara, you have your question on your lips and you hear a voice say, "Oh, the maidens have reached out. Good. You need not bother with that spell, my dear. We are glad you have summoned us. What What have you learned?
Oh, well then.
We press a red easy button.
Yep. Oh, Farah?
Vera's like, oh shit. Hi, nice to meet the other two of you. So, big things are happening around here. We were just wondering if when Rem does decide to do whatever she's going to do, if we can count on your support, or if we're just gonna go all in and do this solo.
Yeah, and there's kind of a startled pause, and there, of course, we wish to stop Rem from whatever it is she's doing. This avatar cannot mean anything good for anyone. Yes, she hasn't made her move yet, but we anticipate it will be very soon. So we're asking, do you have anything for us? We know that your soldiers have been converging, and in fact, there's something strange about where you are. What have you done?
Where we are right now?
Yes, there are doorways. It feels so real. What is happening?
Doorways. I mean, we're just at the keep.
At the keep. What have you
Correct.
done? Farah, what have you done? I feel our energy being pulled there. What have you done?
This must be Rem's doing. She must be taking down the barrier between the mortal and godly realms.
End the spell. End the spell now. Do you hear me? End it now. And you try. And you try. But something is keeping your magic open. Something has wedged itself between the door and the plane to wherever the sisters are and wherever you are now, and you cannot stop the magic. And let's jump back over to Arrnodel now. And you hear
Is it fucking Aaron? Am I gonna fucking have to kill him? Am I gonna have to fucking kill him? I'm gonna have to fuck his ass up.
And the Raven Queen is,
Woo!
Again in the shadowy corner, and she says, Arrnodel, something odd is happening where you are. The way I'm able to communicate with you, it's not natural. It's too easy.
I'm assuming I can feel something is amiss, right?
I'm not sure if you even could. It seems pretty normal. You're in your room and...
Well, I'm so just gonna purely be trusting what she's saying because, obviously she has a hard time. So like, okay, that's, I'm trying to go through the logic in my head of what that could mean.
I am not sure exactly how to guide you, Arrnodel, but I would advise that you keep your eyes open and you keep that that poison I gave you. Have you brewed it?
Yeah.
Keep it close. And don't forget that, Arrnodel, I too am a god in my own way, and I hold your power in my grasp. And if anything were to happen to me, it surely would not be good for you.
Oh, I am aware. I don't think you need me to remind you, but I did agree to this. I have my own feelings towards you. I don't know if it's out of place, but you are bestowing me all of the power, but or some power. I do like helping you.
I enjoy your company as well, and I would hate for anything to get in the way of our relationship. Whatever Rem is doing. If it hurts me, or goes against my interests in any way, I would ask that you stop it. If Rem is doing something other, then I don't particularly care, to be quite honest with you, Arrnodel. I've gained quite a lot from Narule's fall. My power has grown. Splitting the Dominion of Death was no fun, and my powers have increased quite a bit. While I don't trust Rem, I think she is too human in a lot of ways, too much an agent of chaos. She has always struggled against her own fate, against her own lot. Sometimes loose cannons can work to your advantage.
Good to know.
Is there anything else you need? I feel...
Where the fuck is Aaron? Do you know? Can you sense him?
No, I'm not tied to him in any way.
I am. I know a way to find him, but I'm really happy that I don't know exactly how or why it was so easy, but I'm really grateful. And it's nice to hear your voice and hear your counsel.
Yes. I must go now. Something very odd is happening where you are, and I must leave before I am pulled into it too. Be on your guard.
You got it.
And with that, the shadow disappears and the light kind of returns to normal in your room. And I think you do get the strange that something is wrong. Something at the back of your head is wrong.
Asylum's clasp, because I am bonded to Aaron with that shit. It is our little deep bond thing after he disappeared for a minute. Like, I'm gonna, however I activate that to find his ass.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you can send a sending message if you want to send a message to him right now in this moment. Okay, what do you say?
Need you right now. Where are you?
Yeah, and you get a message back saying, I'm in the council chambers. I'm on my way. Are you okay? And it's stupid because you can't respond, but he still asks it. So you get that, like, oh my god, response back.
Cool. I'll stay put, and then I want to send Alistair Fitzpatrick to find the Maidens.
Yeah. And you do, and you send him off, and then, you know, we're back in the room with Saye, Kara, and Farah here, and you all see that Kara, I mean, since you weren't able to stop the spell, it's almost like the power has been expanding. You see all the objects, you know, the threads and the bobbins, everything you laid out start to glow with this very bright, radiant light. And you just see kind of the silhouettes of the three sisters, and they are moving about in a panic, saying, something is going wrong. There's a bridge that is being built. Do you see sigils, gateways? Something has anchored our realm to yours. Stop it. Break it.
How do we do that?
I don't know. If you're not doing this, we don't really know. You must move quickly.
Yes, ma'ams. Okay. Sigils, we're looking for them.
Yeah, and I think you all are in the room and they're yelling at you. Gods are yelling at you, which I think is just a very bad mental and physical experience as this happens. And then suddenly the whole world starts to change, and you just hear screams happening from this other side, from this connection before it's severed. And the world, the floor, the walls start to explode in these threads of shadow as you see material space around you becoming pulled apart and reformed as you're standing sort of in the same room, but it's all just the lights and the shadows, and as you're looking at it, it's like you're seeing chalk outlines of everything, and the room becomes so dark, and that connection is severed completely, and mists roll in, and you feel cold and strange. And Arrnodel, this is happening to you too. As you are stepping out of the hallway here, you see the entirety of the Elysium Keep being ripped apart and pulled somewhere else as it's recreated in this world that Saye, Kara, and Arrnodel, you have all seen before. The shadowy, strange keep that's so long ago when you first met the Sisters of Sorrow. That's what it looks like here, as the keep has been completely transported somewhere else. Everything around you looks similar but different in terms of energy and feeling, and you all have been completely severed from the Sisters of Sorrow. You cannot reach out to them anymore, and I think it takes you all a minute. It's reeling and spinning as that strange sense of teleportation has happened, but it's all different, and it's all quiet for just a moment. What are you all doing in that moment?
Regardless of where we were, we are now standing together.
If you want, yeah, you can. Alistar could have like pulled you to that point, and Alistar is here. You all are here, and you've had everything you had on you, and the world looks the same, but a shadowed, transported version of itself.
I think the first thing that Farah does is she just in her head is like, Chess, are you still there?
And you hear the voice, I'm here, but we are not where we were just a moment ago. This is not the material plane any longer. If I didn't know better, I'd say this was a god's realm.
Oh, okay. Guys, I think we're in a god's realm.
Well,
and in her head, she's totally like,
I think you
I'm
can
totally
all
gonna...
hear this voice
Oh,
as
okay.
Chess speaks, but you do not see Chess
What's
standing
it?
in the room.
This is the same like decrepit
Okay.
castle when we wanted to gain our.
It looks
Yeah.
atmospherically the same, but it is laid out like the Elysium Keep. Almost like the Elysium Keep was added to that ruined castle you saw before.
Like that filter slid right the fuck on over.
Exactly.
All right. Do we see people?
Right now, it's just the four of you. You all ran into the same space here, and then I mean maybe Chess is here, though no one can see him.
Kara is immediately gonna run to Gidget's workshop and see who the fuck else is here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna run in the direction of the council chamber because that's where Aaron said he was.
Yeah. And I think as you all, you exit this space and you start to try and navigate hallways and staircases that seem to extend and shift and become impossibly long and strange in their geometry, you very quickly realize that you are not able to just run about this place as easily as you once were able to. The land, the terrain itself seems to buck and shift against your will, and you all kind of end up toppled back together in this crumpled space. You can hear that there are voices, screams from other places in the keep. There are clearly other people here, but you cannot see them. Whatever trials they're facing, they seem to be their own. And one noise, above all, rings very clear, almost like it's played over a loudspeaker. It's the sound that scissors make when they cut through a thread. That kind of twang that moves through like an echo. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh, you jerk. I love you so much.
Yay!
I don't know how to feel.
That's one word, Celeste.
Yay!
Oh, no.
Yay! Thank you all so much for being here for episode 99. that means that in 2 weeks, on the 17th, we'll be back with episode 100. I
Holy smokes.
deeply suspect that we will have more than 100 episodes. So don't worry, kids. We'll definitely be here another week after that. So it is not the last time next time. But yeah, damn, kids.
It's been a time.
It's been a time.
I have so many suspicions. So many.
That was a big old mistake. Trying to call all our deities.
Maybe it was serendipitous. Like we just wanted them, but then what was happening in the background just like happened to make it super easy. And all of our deities are like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, what's happening? I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm like sitting here looking at my spell list like, well, shit.
I think Rem has just been, Rem's been able to watch us throughout this entire process. So I have no doubt that she was watching us, waiting for us to do this. And as we did it, probably had things in place should it come to pass.
Well,
that's my suspicion, my conspiracy theory.
You played right into her hand.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Well, I have been your dungeon master, Celeste Conowitch.
Thoroughly confused and bewildered, Moon Elf Warlock Arrnodel Phil, played by Brittany.
I'm Katie, and I played Fair Valen, your tiefling sorceress lady who is gonna pee her pants.
Yeah.
I'm Nassim, and I played your super suspicious human monk Sayonor.
Sus, and I am Sage, and I have been Cara Brunhilde, your battle-ready barbarian cleric.
Yeah, we might even battle next time. Oh boy. Well, like I said, thank you all for being here. The ways you can support the channel, please do. If you enjoy what we're doing, make sure to follow us on Twitch. Give us a subscribe, give us a like, follow us on social media everywhere at Venture Maidens. Some really exciting stuff, TM, is going to be announced over the next week. So I would recommend maybe keep some money handy to back a Kickstarter, maybe pay close attention to our social media, because there might be something very cool for Venture Maidens coming very soon, everybody.
I guess we'll see.
So I guess we'll see. That's going to be happening, next week. I can make that announcement, so very cool. Other than that, you all are lovely, amazing. You can find us a couple other places during the week. If you miss us, Katie, tell them whether you can find us tomorrow night.
Yeah, you can just mosey on down to Nerd Immersion's Twitch at about 9 p.m. EST, where we will be playing Baldur's Gate 3. We're still on the third patch because we are like just getting our toes in it, and we didn't want to completely restart. But we're having a grand old time, and it's fun. Bring your kids, maybe.
Don't bring
Probably
your
not.
children anywhere.
They gotta learn sometime.
Anywhere Katie and I drink and hang out, don't bring your children. And then
What do you mean?
and Sage, where can they find us on Friday?
On Friday, yes, we are having a good old time on the Rising Hunger this Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. PST, here with a fabulous cast of wonderful players. And if you're really into D&D minigames, I definitely suggest that you watch this episode because we're going to play a whole lot of them, and it's going to be a big old party episode.
Yes. And then Monday, the 8th, you can find me at 9 a.m. Pacific time on the Nerdarchy channel. That's, I think, where I'm going to officially make the announcement about what's happening on Kickstarter. That's the official week I can go give ahead. So if you want to talk there, find me there on Nerdarchy. And then, we'll be back, of course, next Wednesday with Rime of the Frost Maiden, episode 7. So that's it. That's the business, everybody. Thank you so much. And until next time... Venture
away!
away! Venture away!